If condition is what? If is basically either one way or two way branching, but with switch you can actually branch of control in multiple ways. So general syntax for switch, it is like this: switch followed by expression. Okay, so this is going to be expression, switch followed by here, this is an expression, and inside this we use various cases. Like here case 1, you may have here case val1 followed by here statement or statements, we put like this, then followed by we need to use a break. In the same way the value may be here some different value, this time it may be value 2, so in such case also it's going to be doing. In the same way you can go for actually n number of cases, you can go with n number of cases, and if you want to include some default option you can put this way, you can do default then followed by here it can be statement or statements. Oh, jumping there. So it can be statement or statements. Okay, then after that also we need to have the break. So using break we come out from the switch construct. So using break we can be coming out from the switch construct, and this can be an expression. So expression can return here a numeric value, or it can be character value, or it can be true or false value. So with them switch works. As far as switch is concerned, that can return a numeric value, that too absolute value, should not be approximate value, it should be absolute. Similarly, it can return a character value, or it can be a numeric value. Sorry, it can be true or false, a absolute numeric value, or it can be character value, or it can be a true or false value. So like that the switch can be evaluating them. So if you try to use some string, that may not work. Similarly, if you try to use floating point data, that may not work. So therefore with switch you can actually test for the characters, you can test for actually integers, and you can test for true or false values. Like that the switch is going to be working. Okay, so here case value 1, you can put statement or statements, then you have a break. Similarly case value 2, you can have statement or statements, then you can break. Similarly at the end if you want to add default you can add, this is going to be only optional. If you want to add you can add, otherwise you can omit that. So like this we have the switch. We have a switch case this way can be used. Now here what I do, I try to enter a character, or I may enter digit. Okay, so or I may enter here, or I may be entering here some special character. So using here the switch expression we need to, but how we can do with that? Okay, so here with switch I want to do with the something like this. For example, you take the 7 days of the week. If it is 0, it should be printing something like Sunday. If it is 1, it should print Monday. If it is 2, it should be printing Tuesday. So like that we can be going with the multi-way branching here. So we need to enter a number from keyboard. So when it is 0, we print Sunday. When it is 1, we print Monday. Like that we can be evaluating it. So let us try to do that. Okay, so here let me write a simple program to demonstrate switch case. Here days of the week, I make here days of the week, with that I try to demonstrate here. So inside this I can declare here a variable called as int weekday. Now we need to input a weekday for it from the keyboard. So therefore here we need to enter it. For that purpose, first of all let us write console dot Right line. Please enter numeric. Please enter numeric value for the weekday. Okay, so for the weekday we should enter. It can take a value from 1 to 7. In the range 1 to 7, if you enter any value, it should be accepted. Okay, so like this, it's going to prompt us. We are getting the prompt. Now with the help of the console.read line, we should read. But remember, you can do this way. Try catch block you need to use. Okay, so you can use here try catch block. We use here try, then followed by a catch block is required. Catch followed by exception EX. We use like this. With the help of try catch blocks, you can be handling exceptions. Runtime errors we can capture with the help of this. Now here after this, try to write. Here I am going to write console dot just read key. It's going to be console dot read key like this. We specify here. Okay. Now what I do here, I try to convert whatever is entered from keyboard into number. So therefore here write weekday equal to, here write int dot parse. Okay, we can do with the int dot parse, then followed by console dot read line. It's going to be console dot read line. We specify console dot read line. With the help of that, we try to read the number here. We read a number with the help of the console.read line. It's giving you here weekday. Now go with the switch case here. In the switch, put here weekday. This is going to be weekday. Then in the switch now, we can specify this way here. So first thing is case 1 we can put. So when it's 1, what we need to print? We print only one value, otherwise at the end. Instead of writing every time a value, so what we do, we print a value at the end, string str day. This is equal to string.empty. Initially I do it. Why cursor jumps like this? String.empty. I make like this. I am going to initialize like an empty string. Now here case 1. When it's case 1, str day, this equal to, I put it as Sunday, followed by, this is here break. Okay, in the same manner I can do with the case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5, case 6, case 7, do like this. This is going to be 7. And this is going to be here 6. Similarly, this one is going to be here 5 and 4. Above this is 3 and this will be here 2. Okay, now this is Monday here. Then we have here Tuesday. This is here Wednesday. Here we have Thursday. Then this is here Friday and Saturday. And this is going to be here Saturday. Like this we have it. So these are going to be 7 days we have in this. Sunday to Saturday we have this way. It is nothing but a switch case. And here we try to use a default also. We put here default, then followed by here str day. Why it jumps like this? Str day this is equal to invalid entry is made, cannot choose any day. Okay, so cannot choose any weekday. Like this we put here. This should be getting printed for us. Like this we assign. After that we need to have here a break. So no bracket is required at the end. I can just remove. So here what I am writing, strday equal to invalid entry is made, cannot choose any week. Like this is going to be here break. So we have here total 7 options, 1 to 7, then followed by default option. After that we print this way, console dot write line. This is going to be here strday. This message ultimately we are going to be printing. We are going to print in this. It's going to be here strday print here. We are going to print this one. Strday we are printing. Now suppose due to some reason we don't enter correct data, that may be invalid data. In such cases we can go with this message here, console then dot write line, then here this is going to be ex dot message. So whatever error message we have, that can be printed there. So like this here we have written a small program. So using this, what happens, we enter a number from keyboard. Whatever number you should enter should be in the range from 1 to 7. So in such cases it can print appropriate day. Otherwise it's going to be giving you this message, invalid entry is made, cannot choose any weekday. Okay, when you entered when you entered a number, okay, but when you don't enter number, if you enter some alphabets or if you enter a word, in such cases it shows actually the error message. When you enter too big number or too smaller number also, in such case also what happens here, it's going to throw exception. At the end we have console.read key. So with the help of this code, now we can evaluate the switch case. How switch case is working, we can understand in this. Now here write. So please enter numeric value for the weekday. Okay, 1 to 7 it is. Now here let me put in this way. This is going to be like I enter 1. It says Sunday. It's perfect. Now I try to enter some 7. It should say this time Saturday. It says Saturday. That is also working fine. Again execute this. This time let me enter some 10. It says invalid entry is made, cannot choose any weekday. Okay. Now this time I try to enter a very big number like this. I enter a big number like this. It says value was either too large or too small for an int 32. So therefore it cannot do anything with that. Similarly, if you try to enter some character, ch something like this, it gives again input string was not in the correct format. So like this, what is happening? It is actually evaluating the given expression. So it can get any value from 1 to 7. In such cases it gives correct weekday. Otherwise if you enter a number, if the number is in the integer 32 range, in such cases without any problem it goes to this part. If number whatever you entered is other than 1 to 7, so in such cases it is going to be printing that invalid entry is made, cannot choose any weekday. So like this is going to be working. So this is exactly what a switch case. So using switch case, this way you can evaluate. Okay, so this is very simple. In fact, switch case is very simple. I think you have experienced lot of experience with switch case with the C language. So seldom we use normally the switch case. I mean I use it very rare, because we use mostly with the if, okay, or else with the help of loops we are going to be managing, but normally I don't use the switch case much. But here you have the switch case. With the help of this you can go with the multi-way branching. So sometimes this can be useful, but I mean most of the time we may not be using it. So this is basically a switch case. Now let us come into the other part. So yesterday I was saying about the if condition, switch case, then we were talking about the loops. We have actually 3 different types of loops in the C sharp. 4 different loops we have. One is what while loop, the other one is going to be here do while loop, one more is here for loop. There are totally 3 loops, a while loop, a do while loop and for loop, then followed by here we have actually for each also. For each can be working with the collections. Something like arrays, it's going to be working. So while loop we have, do while we have, for loop we have, for each we have. So all these are going to be different loops. So these are going to be different loops. Okay, so we can use them in the program. Now let us explore how the while loop works. How while loop is going to work, let us see. So normally the while loop is like this. We have here a while followed by a condition we put here, then within the curly braces we write statement or statements. Okay, it can be single statement or it may be multiple statements. So sometimes what happens, without coming to natural end of the loop, so abruptly you have to end the loop. Though condition is valid, but you need to come out sometimes. So in such cases, you can use here a break keyword. With the help of break keyword, you can abruptly end. You can be ending the program abruptly. So program you can be ending abruptly, or loop we are going to close using actually break keyword. So with the break you can be coming out abruptly from the loop. So that is called as premature exit of the loop. So you can come out from loop with the help of the break statement. Sometimes what happens, you may be having number of statements. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. After statement 4 you may be having more statements to follow, but sometimes what happens, after statement 4 you need to again go to the beginning of loop. So in such cases you can be using continue also. You can use even this continue statement to skip rest of the iterations and you can go to the beginning of the loop. So rest of the statements you can skip and you can go to the beginning of actually loop. That is possible with the help of the continue. So we use break as well as continue commands. With the help of that, with the break you can end the loop prematurely, and in the case of continue, what happens here, by skipping rest of the statements in the loop, again it goes to the beginning. Sometimes this may be required. Sometimes you need to follow this continuation, or sometimes you may be coming out with the help of the break. So in such cases, with the help of break you can come out, and with the help of continue you can skip rest of the statements in the loop and you can jump to the beginning. So these we normally use, both break as well as continue. Okay, similarly we have a do while loop. Do we write like this, followed by curly braces we put here, at the end we have the while loop. We are going to write while loop at the end. See, it is similar to while loop, except you enter into loop irrespective of the given condition. So this is what exactly a condition. This is going to be condition. So irrespective of the condition, at least we jump once into this loop, because the condition is at the end of the loop. So in the end part of the loop we have written condition. So first what happens, you enter into loop. So once you execute first time the statements, then you come into condition. Okay, we are going to come into condition. So if the condition is returning a true value at the time, further you continue with the loop, otherwise you can be coming out. Okay, so just like the while loop, you can use here break and continue even within the do while. Even in the do while also you can use the break as well as continue statements if needed. So this is what do while loop. In the while loop, if the condition is true, then only you enter into loop. But whenever you work with the do while, irrespective of the given condition, the return value of the given condition, at least once we enter into loop here. We enter once into loop, then if the condition is getting satisfied, in such cases next iteration takes place, otherwise we end the loop. So this is what exactly a do while loop. So first one is what while loop. Whenever this condition is returning a true value, okay, so in such case only you enter into while loop, that is with the while. So as long as condition is returning a true value, you work with the loop. Otherwise you don't enter into loop here. But with the do while what happens, since condition is at the end, irrespective of the given condition, return value, at least once we execute the loop, then after that we may come out from the loop or we may be executing depending on the return value of the condition. So this is the difference between the while and do while loop. So let us work with the while and do while loops now. So here I am going to work with some prime number. Prime number is a number. Prime number is going to be a number. Okay, so this prime number cannot be divided by any other number. Like 2 you take, 3 you take, 5 you take, 7 you take, then 11 you take, after 13 you take, then 17 you take. All these are nothing but prime numbers. But see, you have 9. 9 is not a prime number because 3 3s are 9. You have similarly 15. 15 is 3 5s are 15. So 15 cannot be 15 can be divided by 5 or by 3. So therefore that is not a prime number. Similarly, you take 21. 21 has other factors apart from the 1 and 21. You have actually 3 and 7. So therefore 21 is not a prime number. So prime numbers are here these. If you take 7, 7 equal to 1 into 7 only you can write. There is no other way of getting factors for 7. So therefore 7 is a prime number. In the same way 11, 13 and 17. So these can be called as prime numbers. Now let us try to write a program. So with that what we do exactly, we enter a number. Whether the number is a prime number or not, we try to find out from the application. Okay, so let us try to write a program for that. Now this is a new project, console application, prime number. Prime numbers, program name is going to be here, the project name is going to be prime numbers. Click on OK. Then here by default we have a class called a program. Then here inside this, now let us try to write code. So here int I put like prime number, or just I put here num. So just put it as num. Similarly, I write here is prime, next bool is prime, this equal to, I put this as true. So by default I assume every number is a prime number. Like this I assume that. Then one more thing, int fact equal to 2, because the minimum number I take 2, with that I start dividing the number. So int fact equal to 2 I have taken. Now here let me write the code. So first of all I need to input a number. Console dot write line, here I write please enter any number. Please enter any number. It's giving us this prompt. Now we need to input a number. But as we know, whenever we enter numbers, we need to handling the exceptions. So we use here try, then followed by catch, then here it is exception ex. Put like this. Okay, so this can be handling exception for us. Now let me write here. Fact equal to 2 we have taken. So first of all we need to enter a value for the number. Now write num equal to, here int dot parse, I put like this. I need to enter number from keyboard. Therefore I write here console dot write line, read line. So using read line I can read a number now here in this. I can read a number that goes into num. Okay. So due to any reason, if the number is returning, if number cannot be created, that means if you enter some string or some date time or something when you enter, it's not going to be parsing. So it's going to be failing there. So in such cases, you can catch the exception. So here you can catch exception. Now here, let me write. The code I am going to write. Here I am going to generate a loop now. I put like this, while. So what I do in this, I take while here, while fact less than or equal to, I take like this here, num divided by 2. So as long as the factor is less than or equal to the number, I am going to be dividing it. Okay, now here I try to write this way. If condition I use. So in the if condition I can write, if not if, okay, I must use here an if condition. So in the if, what I do, I can specify like this. If this is num percent fact equal to 0. Okay, so whenever you try to divide number with fact, if the remainder is 0, so in such cases we should come out from loop. There is no point in continuing the loop. Okay, therefore here I write is prime equal to false. Then followed by here, put this one as, here you just break the loop. You can break the loop, you can come out from the loop in such cases. Now once you come out from loop, here you can print. If condition you can use. Okay, so here you can use this way, and if condition you can use. Using if condition you can specify it. If condition you take here, then write if E is prime. So in such cases you write console dot write line. So what we write here, we write 0 is a prime. Okay, 0 is a prime, followed by, we pass here num. In the same way, else what we take, then here write console dot write line, then here write 0 is not a prime. Is not a prime. Like this we try to specify here, then put here again num. So this way we are trying to find out. Then here in the exception part I can write console dot write line. So what I put here, ext dot message. I can be giving here the message. So a message can be printed. Then after this I do with the console dot read key. Console dot, it's going to be here a read key. So like this what I do, I can be waiting for the program can be waiting for keyboard input. For any, when you press any key, the program terminates totally. Okay, so like this we have written it. Now let me execute this program and what happens, see in this. Please enter any number. I enter here 23. It should say it as a prime number. Nothing is happening because it's coming into infinite loop here. So reason, the fact is coming into infinite loop. Here you must be incrementing. Fact plus plus we should do here. Fact plus plus we have to do. So now execute it. Enter same 23. It says 23 is a prime. Now let me enter here 15. If I enter 15, it should say 15 is not a prime. Because 3 5s are 15, 15 cannot be a prime, therefore it's printing 15 is not a prime here. So like this program is going to be finding out whether the given number is a prime number or not. It's printing for us if the given number is a prime number or not. Again execute here, this time I enter ABC, again it says here input string was not in a correct format. So this is a problem with the, alphabets getting converted into number because it can't be converted. So therefore like this you need to be handling exception in the runtime. In the runtime we can handle exceptions like this here. So input string was not in the correct format, it's giving that kind of message for you. So this is what exactly, this is a program. With the help of this we are trying to find out whether the given number is a prime number or not. So here we find the given number is a prime or not with the help of this code. Let me explain you again this code. We enter a number. Okay, so if it's a number, it can be converted into integer here, otherwise we come to exception. Suppose here we assume that we entered proper number, then it comes into this part. Whatever number you entered is here, assume it as 23. We assume that as 23. Then here while fact less than or equal to num by 2. So fact is how much here? 2. 2 is less than or equal to num by 2. 23 when you divide with 2, how much you get? 11 you are going to be getting. So 2 is less than or equal to 11. So in such case what happens? It comes to this part. If num percent fact equal to 0, it's going to be performing this. But here what is happening? The number percent fact is not giving you 0, because when you try to divide 23 with 2, what remainder you get? You are going to get 1 remainder. So therefore it does not come into this part. It just comes into this part here. It increments fact. Now how much fact becomes? It becomes 3. Fact is how much for us here? It's 3. But num by 2 is how much for us here? It's going to be 11. Okay, it's 11 here, but fact is 3. So 3 is less than 11. Therefore again it comes here. It tries to divide the number with the 3. Number is how much for us? 23. So when you divide 23 with 3, the quotient is going to be 7 and remainder is 2. So therefore again this is becoming false. It simply increments fact. Fact now it becomes 4. Now what happens? 4 is less than 11. Therefore it comes into this part. Again it's checking with this. If num is how much here? 23. When you divide with 4, remainder is how much there? 3. So since it's not equal to 0, we don't come into this if condition code block. Simply again it's going to be executing fact plus plus. So now fact becomes 5. So when it is here, 5 is less than again 11. So 5 is less than 11. So what will happen here again? It tries to find the remainder. So 23 when you divide with 5, remainder how much you get? 3 you are getting. Again this is false, therefore simply fact gets incremented. How much you get for fact now? It's going to be 6. When it is 6 again, it's going to be checking here. 6 is less than 11. So therefore in such cases it's going to be checking here. Num is 23 whereas fact is 6. When you divide num is 6, remainder how much we get? 5 we get. So since it is 5 here, again it's not equal to 0, therefore we don't come into this part, then we come into fact plus plus. So how much now that is? 7. So when it is 7, it's less than again 11. So therefore here what it does? It's comparing here. Since 7 is less than 11, it comes into this part. And here if num percent fact equal to 0, num is how much? It is 23. When you divide the 23 with how much? 7, how much you get here? Remainder is going to be 2. So since remainder is 2, the condition is not returning a true value. Therefore without entering into loop, again fact is getting incremented. Now fact becomes 8. When it is 8 here, again it's checking here. 8 is less than 11. So therefore it's correct. It comes into this part. 23 is taken and divide with 8. When you divide 23 with 8, 8 twos are how much we get? 16. 7 is going to be remainder. Other one is what? 8 threes are 24. But when you divide 8 with 23 with 8, you get actually the remainder is here 7. So therefore it is not going to be again executing, then this gets incremented. Now we get for this how much? 9. You are getting 9 in that. Again you compare here, 9 is less than 11, therefore here it tries to divide the number with here 9. So number is 23, you are dividing it with 9, so 9 twos are 18, so how much you get? 5 is the remainder. Again condition is not getting satisfied, therefore it gets incremented. This time it becomes 10. So when it is 10, again condition is getting satisfied because fact is 10, num by 2 is how much? 11. So therefore we come into this, when you divide num with 10, so 23 when you divide with 10, remainder is going to be 3. That means again condition is not getting satisfied. Therefore what happens here? Without entering into this if conditional block, you increment it. Now fact becomes 11. So when it is 11, the condition again getting satisfied. What we have written here? Less than or equal to 11. So fact is 11, in the right side num by 2 is also 11. So therefore it works with this. If num percent fact equal to 0, you take 23, divide with 11, if the remainder is 0, so it is going to come into this code block. But what happens here? When you take 23, when you divide with 11, 11 twos are 22, remainder is 1, therefore this condition is failing again. So it does not come, without coming into this one, it goes here. Fact plus plus, how much it is now? 12. But when you come to the while loop, what will happen? Fact is going to be 12, num by 2 is going to be 11. So therefore here the condition is returning false value. So therefore here it is jumping out of the loop now. Loop is going to be coming into natural end there. So then after coming out from that, it's going to check here if E is prime. So initially E is prime equal to what we said? True we said. So if it is true, therefore print it is a prime, otherwise not a prime. So therefore it prints here 23 is a prime. So like this, it's going to be working in the case of prime number. But in the case of non-prime, see, whenever the number exactly is getting divided with fact, you get remainder 0. So in such cases, you are going to be coming out from that. After setting E is prime equal to false, then what you do, you are going to be breaking it. So when you break, you are coming out from the while loop, then it's going to be printing this part. So here, number whatever you enter is not a prime. Like this, the code block is going to be working for you. So this is a program using actually while loop. We are printing here whether the given number is a prime number or not. Okay, so next thing is we try to work with the do while. We are going to work with the do while. So in the case of the do while, you need to keep on entering numbers. Okay, you need to keep on entering numbers actually. Here you need to enter always. You need to enter numbers like this. If you enter 1, next time you need to enter some number greater than 1 only. Okay. So after that, if you enter some 5, you need to enter 7, like that it is. So it should be always greater than the previous number. But whenever you enter a smaller number than the previous number or equal number, in such cases, you should come out from the loop. So for that, we are going to be using here a do while loop. We are going to be using a do while loop that way. So here what happens? As long as you enter always a number which is greater than the previous one. So in the first case, you don't have any previous one. Okay. But from subsequent entry onwards, what happens? You can be getting a previous value. You can be comparing always that with the previous one. Now here, let us try to write that code. So here only what I do, I create one more class. In that class, I'll write it. Sorry. Here in the same project, I try to make one more class. This is what do while demo. Class name is going to be do while demo. Like this I make. Now here inside this, I should have a main method. Therefore, come to program.cs. In this, how we have written in the same way, try to add that one. Okay, we close this method. Now here inside this, let me define the required variables. I enter here int cnum and pnum. That means what? Current number as well as previous number. So initially both of they are going to be here 0. Both of they are going to be here zeros only. Both of they can be here 0. Okay. So next thing here, please okay. Fine. So here I put the do, then followed by here I just go with the while. Then here we put the condition cnum greater than pnum. As long as current number is greater than previous number, the loop should be continuing for us. Now here write console dot write line. It says please enter a number bigger than current number. So current number is how much for us here? Bigger than previous number. So it's going to be what? Bigger than previous number. Bigger than, here I put like this. So this way I am going to write it. Bigger than previous number. Followed by, here I can put it, this one as pnum. Okay, then followed by, here I use a try block. Then this is going to be here catch block. Exception, here ex. Okay, then here write console dot write line. It is here ex dot message. Followed by, here I use now continue. Continue, we put like this. So continue, I am going to write here. Then inside this I should now get a number. Here write cnum equal to int dot parse. Then here write console dot read line. Okay. Here write system dot, console dot write line. Here write current number. Previous number. Here 1. Condition satisfied. Status. Either fail or pass we need to put here. Status is going to be here 2 we put. Status is going to be either fail or pass, we are going to set. Okay, so status is going to be fail or pass, we are going to be setting in this. Here write cnum, then followed by, here pnum we put. In the same manner we are going to write this one as, here we are going to write this one here. We need to go with a condition here. Cnum greater than pnum, then here, so this is going to be true. So status following or not following. Like this we try to put it. This way we are going to be setting. But as soon as we enter into this here, first of all we need to assign here pnum equal to cnum always. Like this we need to put it. Now when we run this program, how it works, see. Okay, no, where is the problem? Fine. Because if you go to project here, when we come into this, we need to choose here startup object. Because since we have here 2 different classes with the same main method, it's going to be giving problem for us. Now we made that way. Come into build here, save it. After that try to execute now. It says please enter a number bigger than previous number 0. I enter 2. Current number 2, previous number 0, status following. Please enter a number bigger than previous number 0, again it's saying. But this should not be 0, it should show 1 for us. Why it is happening, let us see there. So this time it says please enter a number bigger than previous number 2, it says here. Let us enter here some 1. What happens, see now. We are coming out from the loop in such cases. We are coming out from the loop in such cases. Okay, so here the entry what I made is wrong. I need to put here. So with this it can work. I entered here 1. So it says current number 1, previous number 0, status following. Please enter a number bigger than previous number 1. I enter 9. Current number is 9, previous number 1, status following. Please enter a number bigger than previous number 9 it is. Now I enter here some 100 I enter. So what happens here? Current number is 100, previous number 9, status following. Please enter a number bigger than previous number. Now suppose I enter here some ABC. What happens? See in that. It's exception. We are coming out from that. So console.writeLine ex.message, but from here we should be continuing the loop. We have to continue loop. We should not be exiting from this. What is written here? Console.writeLine message we are writing. After that we need to continue with the loop. We have to continue with the loop. We should not be coming out from that. Okay, so here what happened? It's displaying this message, after that coming out, but we should not come out from this. We need to go through the loop in this. It has to continue with the loop here. Without coming out from that, the loop should be continuing there. So why it is happening? Once again see there. So I enter here 1. Okay, then here it's going to be 6 this time. Now I enter some S, press enter key. But I should come out from this. Okay, I should be coming out here. So instead of ending there, it should be coming out. Should not be coming out, sorry. It should be continuing with the loop here. With the do loop, it should be continuing here. So it has to go to beginning of the loop again. From there, it should do it. Suppose I don't put continue. What will happen in this? Let us see. Catch block we are writing here. Okay, so after this, I have written continue. So when I say continue, here what happens? Because CNUM we are reading. So CNUM is going to be 0. I think due to that the loop is, it's coming out from the loop it seems. Okay, so here the value of the CNUM, what is happening in this? Okay, in such cases what we should do is pnum that becomes same. So it can be equal to pnum, so therefore it's a problem. Continue when I say, what is happening with that? Okay, here let me print it, or else I try to debug this. I keep a breakpoint here, then with breakpoint I try to do. I can insert here a breakpoint so I can start debugging it. So here go to debug, start debugging. Now initially we have this, then press here F10. So with that we jump into next line. Pnum equal to CNUM, it's giving like this for you. Some message we get on the screen. Now I enter some 2. Okay, we are in the try block, press F10. So with this we come into that prompt. I enter 222. After that we come into this part here, console.writeLine, press F10. It's going to printing something on the screen. Now here it compares. CNUM is how much? 222. Pnum is here 0. So therefore it works properly. Now it comes to loop again in the beginning. Press F10. It prints this. Now here this time I try to enter some ABC here. So when we enter ABC, in the here you have 222. Okay, this is going to be here 222, and here in the pnum also it's going to be 222. Because of that, what is happening? We come out from the loop. So press F10. It prints this, comes to continue, then it's coming to this point. So what happens with this? Since both of them are equal, it's not going to be continuing there. so it's not going to be continuing. Then here what happens with this? You come out actually from the loop here. So because of this, we are ending the loop in this. Okay, since they are becoming equal, both CNUM and PNUM are becoming equal. So because of that, what happens here? It is actually, it's not continuing there. So you are coming out from the loop. Since both of them are actually, equal, further it can't continue there. So like this, it's working here. The do while loop is going to be working in that way. Here do while loop is working in that manner whenever here, when we enter something wrong here, both CNUM and PNUM are becoming equal. So due to that, it is coming to end here. It's coming to end like this. Okay. So here, one possibility is, we can put like this. One more thing, what we do here, and CNUM must not be equal to PNUM. Like this, let us try to put. In such cases, it should continue. When CNUM is not equal to PNUM, in such cases, it should work. So just execute now. I enter 2. Okay. Then it says here, previous number is 2. Now we need to enter bigger number 5. Next time what I do here, I enter this time some C, press enter key. Still what is happening here? Still it is coming out. Okay. Here CNUM and PNUM, they are becoming equal. Condition is what here? CNUM must be greater than PNUM and CNUM must not be equal to PNUM, like that we are taking. But here both of them are becoming equal. Okay. Condition is that in such case only we should be continuing there. But here the condition is again, okay, or else we do like this. This is going to be very much wrong again. If we take CNUM not equal to PNUM, again that can be wrong. Okay. We need to think about this, so we need to solve that problem. We need to solve that way. But this is the code. With the help of this, we can actually go with the do while loop. So continue can be used like this. Since condition is met here, so with that what is happening? It is coming out from the loop. So this is what exactly, it's a do while loop. So with this, we enter at least once into loop. As long as the condition is getting satisfied, the loop iterates. Okay, once the condition becomes false, we come out from the loop. So this is basically a do while loop. So earlier program was with the do loop, and this is what exactly do while loop. So with the help of do while loop, at least once we enter into loop, but whenever the condition is becoming false at that time, we exit from loop. So here also sometimes you can come out from loop with the help of the break, and with the help of continue, we can be continuing. But here, due to some logic problem, it's not continuing. When we enter some invalid data, at that time it should be continuing, but here due to some logic problem, further it's not continuing. If you can solve this problem, that will be really nice.